We're also here in Washington, D.C. today. President Trump touting many day one executive actions, setting up an agenda for Republicans to match legislatively. Joining us right now is West Virginia Republican Senator Shelley Capito. She is Republican Policy Committee Chair. She also chairs the Environment and Public Works Committee, and you're on Appropriations, too.
I am, yes.
Senator, let's talk a little bit about what you do with all of this, because this was ready to go right out of the box. We're not even 24 hours into his first session, and he's already done things like declared an energy emergency. Let's start with that, because coming from West Virginia, that could mean a lot of things for your state.
Well, I think the president made very clear yesterday in his speech that we're going to use American energy to have our dominance and to be able to manufacture our goods and get people working. So it's a win-win all around the country. I know he unleashed a lot in his executive orders yesterday in Alaska. Alaska has been, in this last administration, really pushed down and prohibited really from all the oil and gas. In West Virginia, we have a lot of oil and gas. We also have a lot of coal. And I think, and we have renewables as well. And I think it's all about scraping out this regulatory burden that we've seen over the last 4 years, where you can't build, you can't drill, you can't transmit, and you can't even, the pipeline situation became to the point where we had to get a presidential signature to get the last pipeline in West Virginia completed. So we welcome this. This will be, I think, one of the keystones of the president's early presidency.
You talk to business leaders nationally and in your state. Is there money that is going to be put to work to do some of these energy initiatives at this point?
Absolutely. And I think a lot of it, will be for our own use. Much of it will be LNG exports. Our coal is exporting now, and I think that, again, will lift our economy in a very excellent way. We have to capitalize on what we have, and we have energy resources that are vast and untapped, and that's with President Trump. He's ready to go, and so are we.
The president also withdrawing from the Paris climate change accords at the same time. What does that mean, just in terms realistically, what it changes, where do you see that playing out?
I think we have to remember, we never pat ourselves on the back here. Our emissions in this country have been going down steadily since 2004. We are cleaning up, capturing, and doing all the things we need to do to be the good player in the world that we want to be environmentally. But the Paris Accord kind of gives everybody a pass and just drills down on us as a nation in terms of where the sacrifices that we would have to make, how much more expensive our own energy would become. And so I think the president says no more. We want an even playing field on a lot of bases. He says that, but particularly in the environmental area and also with our energy. So, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think it really means a whole lot, because I don't think it meant a whole lot to begin with, because nobody was really following it, except we were made to feel like we were the bad guy, and actually we're the ones that has the technology that can lead to cleaner and greener.
There have been a lot of markets that have been built up over the last 12 years, probably. We had ExxonMobil CEO Darren Woods on with us on Friday, and he was just making the point that he doesn't want to see huge swings in things like climate or carbon capture. That's a market that they've spent billions of dollars trying to build up that market. And I wonder, does this signal that those incentives will go away for any of those programs?
Oh, no, because those incentives are built into our tax code now. I don't think we have any desire, like 45Q, 45V, that's hydrogen. All of these things are built in because these are billions of dollars of investments.
Right. Companies spend lots of money.
You can't swing, 2-3 years. And they're great employers. If you look at the nuclear sector, for instance, which has been very dormant over the last 30 to 40 years, we just passed a bill last year to sort of incentivize that, to get our SMRs going. That's a great employer. That's a great investment in every community, construction jobs, etc. So, I mean, this is unleashing. Unleashing is the term, I think, and that includes carbon capture and sequestration. We're going to move forward with that. We just, through the Biden EPA, got the right for our state of West Virginia to have primacy to be able to license wells for carbon sequestration. That's a great move across the country in terms of the dual track of cleaning up, but also unleashing our energy.
Very quickly, you chair the policy committee, and you have invited President Trump to come in from the beginning and be involved with some of that. He took you up on that recently.
He did. He came in a week ago, and we had a very frank and very substantive discussion, much of which we heard yesterday, too. And actually, we saw him. He invited us to Blair House for breakfast. Oh, what day was that? Sunday. We went over, and I re-invited him to please make this a regular thing, and I think he will. And certainly, Vice President Vance comes right out of our caucus, so we know him very well. We're excited.
Senator, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to see you.
Good to see you in Washington.
Thank you.